Well, good evening. It is Thursday, and you know what time it is. It's all about you time. We are doing a marriage series. It's a 12-part series, and that series is on part 7 tonight, where we're going to be talking about non appreciation for each other in the relationship. Tonight is going to be, I just really want you to reevaluate your relationship and how you have been being within that relationship. Because one thing that we do know in this relationship series, we talked about boundaries. We talked about lack of communication. We talked about bedroom freedom. We talked about non-focus on the marriage while you're in the marriage. We talked about emotional cheating, and last week we talked about money conflicts that happen in marriages. This week we're going to be talking about non-appreciation for one another in the relationship. Now, you know what's funny? Come here. Do you know sometimes we don't even know when we're ungrateful? I promise you. I didn't realize that I had started to really expect my husband to be a certain way and for him to do certain things. And really, I wasn't grateful. I haven't always been grateful in my marriages. And I've also haven't been able to communicate when I don't think I've been appreciated. So, I want you to ask yourself some questions tonight. Are you grateful for your relationship with the person that you're with? Do you expect things now as opposed to being grateful that that person is doing those things for you because they've been doing them since you've been in the relationship? Hey, Stacey Harris, I see you. I want you to really ask yourself, because sometimes when people don't feel appreciated in their relationship and they feel like you now expect them to do things for you. Hey, Tamika Drake, you have to know that they are not going to be with you long. If your husband, let's just say, I'm going to say husband because I'm a female, and then I'll get to the wives. So if you're a wife or if you have a significant other and that man mows the grass and then he comes in, he's like, baby, did you see the grass? And you're like, what? What? It's mowed. It should have been mowed last week. Why are you coming in here asking me, did I see the grass? You should have done it 2 weeks ago. Imagine how that man feels when he done been out there walking, if he don't have a riding lawnmower, and you know that it's been hot. And you know even when the sun goes down, it's still 78, 79 degrees. And he's out there mowing the grass, having dust and bugs all in his face, in his nose, in his hair, and grass everywhere. And walking tired, and comes in the house and say, baby, did you see the grass? And you say, oh, let me go see. That's what you should be saying. Let me go see it. And walk out there and walk the grass yourself. Be like, baby, did you? Oh my goodness, honey. I think I can see a pattern this time. Gratitude leads to plenty. Ungratefulness is the beginning of poverty. And you have to understand in relationships when you're being ungrateful. Let's talk about the men. Men, if your wife cooks for you every single day, don't come in and be like, if she doesn't cook one particular day, be like, why ain't no dinner cooked? Don't do that. What you should be doing is, baby, I see that you don't feel like cooking, and you have been cooking every day this month. Are you feeling okay? And if you're not, I'll go get us something. because you probably just don't feel like cooking. But if you got an attitude and you come in there because ain't no dinner on the stove, you better hope you don't get no hot grits on you at night, okay? Hey, caller, I see you, girl. I promise you, you better listen. You have to understand all the things that each other are doing for each other and remain grateful in relationships. Don't just act like you are the only one in the relationship. You see my son Dante, he just got him a new car. Hey, don't just act like you're ungrateful. Don't do that. Because people nowadays, they don't have to do nothing for you. And most times, if you dating right now, you get you somebody you think you halfway kind of like, honey, you better be happy if they doing anything. Because I promise you, the world today is not how much can I do to show you how much they love you. Right now is how much can you do for me? What can you do for me lately? I think that was Janet Jackson said, what have you done for me lately? And I can't sing, so I'm going to stop right there. So make sure that you're not selfish. Make sure that you are honoring your spouse. Make sure you say thank you when they go and get you a glass of water. You do this and go, and your spouse get you some water. I think you should say thank you. If your spouse bring your plate to you, I still think you should say thank you. And if there's a situation where you in the bathroom and the toilet tissue ran out and they went and got you some toilet tissue, say thank you. Sometimes thank you just goes a long way. But non-appreciation in a marriage, I promise you, between finances and cheating, and then you're not going to appreciate me. Romance without finance is a nuisance. I mean that. And I promise you, when people don't feel, they will go to the ends of the earth if you act like you're grateful. If you act like it makes a difference for you when they do something for you. When you do that, I promise you, you will have people wanting to do things for you all the time. Even your children. I remember calling my daughter downstairs, and she said, yes, mama. I said, baby, can you hand me the remote on the coffee table? She looked at me like, Mom, I was up in my room doing something. You called me all the way down here to get the remote off the coffee table. I said, baby, you are absolutely right. I apologize. My back was hurting, and I got to a spot where it wasn't hurting. And I thought that if I moved, that it would go back to hurting again. And the only person I thought of that could keep me out of pain was you. I know you probably was doing your homework. I know you was probably up in that room busy. But I appreciate the fact that not only did you stop what you were doing, you walked all the way down the steps, over to the coffee table, and you're handing me this remote right now. And you know what she said? She said, okay, mama, call me anytime. You know I help you, mama. And I was like, wow. Like, that attitude went from, Mom, to, I help you, mama. Just call me anytime. But it was called appreciation. It was called acknowledging that she had to go through something to give me what I needed. And sometimes all people need you to do is acknowledge that they have to go through something to give you something. And if you can do that, you can change your marriage overnight. You can change your relationship overnight. You can change whatever's going on overnight, as long as you remain grateful and you appreciate what is being done for you, no matter how insignificant you think it might be. Do not have the attitude, oh, that's your job. You're supposed to do that. Because anytime you get that way, I rest assured now, I want you to listen to me clearly. If you do have a significant other, they gonna go get somebody that appreciates what they do for them. And they ain't gonna be telling you about it. So if you don't appreciate them, somebody will. So make sure that you stay grateful. So that's part 7 of this 12-part series. Next week, we're going to be talking about technology distance. Them saying your phones are a hot mess. We're going to talk about it next week. I'm going to give you some points. Because truly, we don't have relationships today. We have relationships with the phone. And people are on the phone, but they're not talking to each other. Well, anyway, we'll get into it next week. I'm telling you, this doggone technology distance is a hot mess. It's killing families every day. We got to make sure we're doing better. So if you want your marriage to work, if you want to have love back in your marriage overnight, gratitude leads to plenty, ungratefulness leads to poverty, and absolutely start appreciating your significant other for even the little things that they do. All right. Now y'all get some time back in your day. Go kiss your spouses, go kiss your mates, and thank them for being who they are in your life right now. I'll talk to you next week. Have a good day.